So thank you all so much for getting up and getting dressed, at least with your shirts, for our virtual 2023 Team Hope Coffee Kickoff. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm Carol Baird. I am the Team Hope coordinator, and I do whatever I can to support the HDSA because my husband, Richard, is in the late stages of Huntington's disease, and I have 2 young adult sons at risk. So grab a beverage of your choice. And looks like there it is. And here we go. So I have attended the HDSA national conferences for the past 8 years, and our family has participated in various research projects for the last 16 years. And for most of that time, there were just a couple of companies with some medications to control symptoms. But in the past 6 years, there's been tremendous progress from many, many companies towards either a delay of onset or a cure. Because they know the gene that causes Huntington's disease, it's considered the most curable, incurable disease and attracts a lot of very smart people interested in Huntington disease research. There's a lot going on, and here is one of those very smart people, Leora Fox, with a research update.
Hi there. Congratulations, everyone, on this Team Hope Walk kickoff. I am Leora Fox. I'm the Assistant Director of Research and Patient Engagement at HDSA. I am normally living in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but I'm recording this actually back in New York, city of my heart, where I'm at a research advocacy training. And Carol invited me to give you a virtual update on HD research. So I'm going to share a couple of brief pieces of the most exciting recent news about HDSA research support and clinical trials. First of all, it's the fundraising efforts of chapters like yours and the people that you reach that are allowing HDSA to support research. Our research programs involve direct funding, communications about research, and ensuring that pharma companies are hearing directly from HD family members at every step of drug development. My slides got stuck. Sorry. Our direct funding program. So we focus at HDSA on human biology and career development. And I wanted to highlight some of our 2023 fellows and the topics they're studying. These are really diverse topics. We've got CAG repeat expansion in human brain tissue, a rigorous study of dance as an intervention for HD, uncovering new biomarkers, mapping the HD brain prior to symptoms, and improving spinal drug delivery. And these really are just a few examples of the science and the people that you are supporting. So in addition to direct funding, HDSA provides communications about HD research to lay people, and we really do our best to stay on the pulse of what's going on in the research space so we can inform the community about it. We are aware of all these companies that are working on Huntington's disease. This slide gets more and more crowded, it seems, every couple of months. All these companies have all publicly acknowledged an interest in HD. We develop relationships with them as early as possible to encourage them to incorporate family input into their decision-making and planning around clinical trials. And I want to share a few pieces of recent news about new and ongoing trials, specifically a few of these companies in yellow, which have clinical trials in progress. So in late April of 2023, Prolinea shared some early data from the Proof HD trial of prodopidine. Unfortunately, this trial did not meet its main goals, but there was a set of participants who might have benefited. So Prolinea is continuing to analyze and share, and we'll know more in the coming months. uniQure shared an announcement in late June about positive early data from their safety trial of the first gene therapy for HD. This drug is delivered via on 40 people throughout the USA and Europe have undergone this surgery. So far, it seems to have good safety, seems to be lowering Huntington, had some positive signs of maybe preserving parts of the brain that are vulnerable to HD. Again, this is very early and variable data, but so far so good. We'll be hearing more from uniQure by the end of this year. On the same day in late June, PTC Therapeutics shared that its trial of an oral Huntingtin lowering therapy is going well. Again, very early data, but 3 months into the trial, it seems like the drug is looking safe so far and potentially hitting its target of lowering Huntingtin. Then the Roche Generation HD1 trial was unfortunately halted in early 2021, but Roche has shared data over the last few years that showed that their drug, tominersen, might have benefited certain groups of trial participants. And for this reason, they're now conducting a smaller trial called Generation HD2 in people who are younger and who have even earlier HD symptoms. Sage Therapeutics has just begun a trial of a drug that's focused on improving the cognitive aspects of HD with the goal of helping people to retain the ability to think and plan more clearly. And AskBio has a very innovative approach to HD where they're using a drug delivered via brain surgery to try and change aspects of cholesterol metabolism that could affect the progression of HD. And they just started a trial in France that we expect will come to the US. So more trials in progress, more companies in the pipeline than ever. So that's just a tiny slice of the exciting stuff that's happening at HDSA and in HD research today. You can always check out these resources from HDSA and our partners for more info, more opportunities to participate. You can always reach out to me at lfox@hdsa.org with any questions about research. Thank you for everything that you're doing to help us push HD research and care forward, and we wish you lots of luck with your event. Thanks all.
Thank you.
So I actually counted how many companies were on that slide with all the companies, and there were 52 companies that are working on something to help with HD research, which is amazing. So we'll go to the next slide. So, because I always want to know, what exactly are we raising money for? What does the HDSA do? And their mission is very simple: to improve the lives of everyone with Huntington's disease and their families. And their vision is a world free of Huntington's disease. So these are very lofty goals. And how do they do it? This is a graph showing how the money is spent. Although there's a big part that goes to research, there's also money spent to support families affected with Huntington's disease. And the help provided by the Center of Excellence also translates into having research subjects available, which is what makes Huntington's disease a viable rare disease research subject. The goal is to have 80-20 in money spent on the mission versus money spent on administration. Charities that have a 70-30 weighting generally receive a 4-star rating from the Charity Navigator. And we're currently at 73-27. So we have that 4-star rating. So you can feel confident that the money we raise goes to support the mission, and the money you ask your friends for is going to a 4-star rated charity. So what is happening at the walk? Well, it is on Saturday, September 23rd from 1 to 4 at Hudson River Park, Pier 46. There is a big community. You'll meet a lot of people from the HD community. There are activities, there's information, there are awards, there is music, there are t-shirts. And this year, if you're a fashionista, I'll see if you can see in my little box there. This is this year's Team Hope t-shirt to add to your collection or to start your collection if this is your first walk. And you can register. There's a little link down there. You can also get the link on any of the emails we send or looking at our Facebook or Instagram things. So this is a picture of everyone that was at our walk last year. If you can look really closely, you might be able to find yourself, maybe by your hat or your sign or whatever. And back in 2017, it was our first time we were the #1 walk in the US. Then in 2018, we were number 2. Then 2019, we were number 1 again. Whoop, whoop. Then number 20, we were number 2. Then 2021, we were number 1 again. Whoop, whoop. Then we broke the pattern by becoming a resounding number 1 in 2022 by raising $152,700, which is just amazing.
Mhm.
About 12 years ago, we raised like 30 or 40,000. So this is an incredible achievement.
Beyond amazing.
It really great. So being number one puts a target on your back. So the number two there, Boston, has pulled ahead this year. They have already raised $125,000 with their event with about 300 walkers. So there's that Yankee Red Sox vibe happening again. And I'm very happy that other cities are motivated to beat us and raise a lot of money. But we are New York City, the greatest city in the US, even the world. And I do not enjoy being number two. Want to keep that number one rating. So you're saying, okay, what can I do? How can I help? How can I help us raise as much money as possible? Well, the first thing is to start or join a team. And I know that Anna's team, the Guthrie Tribe, always welcomes people that don't have a team are welcome to join her team. They have very cool t-shirts too.
Mhm.
You're welcome to join my team. Anybody's team is happy to have anybody. So once you join a team, the next thing to do is fundraise and try to help us get to that 150,000 yet again. You can volunteer. We are always looking for people to help out at the walk, to man a table or help with registration or do any of those things. Just come to the walk. Even if you don't fundraise anything, we love to have people there to give a lot of energy and support and wear a t-shirt and walk down and be a mighty force. If you're feeling extra motivated, you can hold a wraparound event. And what that is, that can be something as simple as, I know people have had like a bake sale. We had like someone do a cabaret. We had a wine tasting. We had people this year that did a smash burger event that donated part of that to us. So it's just another event that you donate the money to the walk. So besides all these wonderful things, there is also getting other people's money. And this is where we look for people to be Team Hope sponsors. And there's two kinds of sponsors. There are sponsors who benefit directly from getting their information out to the Huntington's disease community. These would be people that are in nursing homes or insurance companies or pharmaceutical companies that they want to see have their name there so that we know that they are supporting us. But the other kind of sponsor are people that just have a connection to someone in the Huntington disease community. They are probably not going to get a huge benefit by having 300 people see their advertising, but they do want to support the person that they're connected to. So I looked at the Boston Walk to see who were their sponsors. They have people like Northern Fishery Section 1, Elements Massage, Barrett Tree Service, Skinner Exterior and Interior Demolition. These people are not benefiting from the HD community. They are doing this because they care about someone who is within the HD community. So that's what we're looking for as well. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about building donor relationships. Because most of our donations come through asking family and friends. And at first, I felt very uncomfortable asking. But I found now, I've been asking for whatever, 8-10 years, that people want to give you money. And they will even ask me, hey, when's the walk happening this year? People are looking for a way to help you. So here's what I have found successful for building my donorship relationships. Other people here have done the same thing. You ask, and ask again, but very nicely. Mike Varner sends out a different little email to all his different groups of friends. He sends it out to Lemoyniacs, the people from college. He sends it out to the parish people. And each one is a little bit customized with how he knows them. And then he sends them again, hey, just to remind you, the walk is in a month. And getting my t-shirt ready for the walk. Even going beyond the walk. Hey, we had the walk and it was great. If you forgot to donate, here it is. To share your story. When you sign up on the page, there's just a kind of a boilerplate. This is what HD is. It's much more heart feeling if you put what your story is. on my page, we put about my husband, Richard, and my sons, and what we've been going through with our HD journey. To put through email, Facebook, and if you're old, snail mail. My dad used to send out letters to all his people because that's how they still communicate. When you do send out email, I know there is a great little function there right from Donor View where you can go, yes, email all these people. It is much better to send it from your account. Sometimes the Donor View stuff goes to spam, and it's also when your friends and family see something coming from your account, they're far more likely to open it than when they see it coming from something called Donor View. So it's also when people do start donating on Facebook, I do my little shout out. Oh, thank you so much to so-and-so and so-and-so, my old college roommate who have donated to Team Hope. It's still coming up. And people enjoy that and go, ooh, I want that shout out. I invite people to come to the walk or to see the live Facebook coverage, to do a personal thank you after they've done this so that they know it's not just, you're not just taking their money, you personally want to thank them with whoever they are. And also when other people that have donated to me have their own fundraising events, I make sure I donate something to them. And it's whatever you personally are able to give. Because I have some very wealthy donors and some very, here's $20, Carol donor. So whatever you can give, be sure you give to them. And I have a little slide here. This is at the end of all our walks. We always send up a little custom card that we make from Shutterfly that just has pictures of the walk and whatever else we want to put there. And then we put something about whatever we have for that year. And then I scrawl a little personal note to whoever my donor is. The other thing we do is when we have sponsors, and if you get a sponsor, please let me know. I'm Beyond the T-shirt. We also send them a personalized thank you note, and I send them a couple of T-shirts so they can see their logo on the back if they were not able to come to the walk. So that's my ideas, but we got the whole groupthink thing here. I want to hear your ideas, and I know some people have actually been putting them in the chat. So I'm going to kick it over to our tech expert, Emily, to share your ideas. They can be fundraising ideas, walk ideas, whatever kind of ideas. You can type them right in the chat box and she'll read them out. Or you can type, I have an idea, and she'll call on you to share your idea. Or you can just raise your little hand on Zoom and she'll call on you that way. So I'm going to kick it over to Emily to facilitate the share an idea.
So we have an idea in the chat box from earlier, it looks like. Daniel said, we made custom postcards and sent out thank you notes to donors. A company called Zazzle allows you to do that stuff at a pretty good, affordable price. So, great idea. Thanks for sharing the website. Does anybody else have any ideas?
Daniel, you got any like backstory to that idea?
It is essentially exactly what Carol just said she does, with no difference whatsoever. But honestly, that we do the handwritten note thing, and I think it matters. I think it shows people, you know, really how much you care and how much you appreciate it more than a text or an email.
Absolutely. I also think people like hearing about how the walk went, you know, because there's a big lead up to it. And if you're posting a lot on Facebook and sharing a lot of, you know, we want to raise this much money, I think people really appreciate hearing how much money you raised, how your day went, what it was, you know, all those kinds of details make them feel involved.
That's because it's funny with our particular walk. I always panic on the day of the walk because we're usually below budget, and then it just somehow gets blown out of the water by the end of the year when people I don't know, money comes in later. So I would love to see it come in really well by the walk and still blow out at the end of the year, the wraparound events or whatever.
Another thing that I'm sorry, Karen, but another thing that I found, and I'm sure everyone who has done this would agree, is don't be afraid to remind people who definitely who want to give. They have a million other things to think about. Often they forget, and just some polite reminders like, hey, if you wanted to, this is the last chance, or if you wanted to, there's only X amount of days. A little bit of gentle urgency I've found is effective.
Definitely. I don't think people are offended if you keep following up with them at all. People are busy and
Absolutely agree. Just be a
Yeah.
polite pain in the ass.
Anybody else?
Come on, I know you guys raise a ton of money, so you have to tell me how you do it.
Mm.
I know Charlie Weinstock, who's there, gets a matching grant from his company every year.
Ask your rich friends first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carol, the company matching actually adds up to a decent amount, over the years. And, maybe some of the other people donating or, have similar matching grants as well.
Oh, Anna, you're muted. Still muted.
Never mind.
No, we can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So it seems like when I do a Facebook with a link to the outside outside of Facebook, it doesn't share as much. I don't know if it's, the Facebook algorithm reduces the access. I don't know. My question is for everyone else. Do you find that when you share on Facebook with the external link to donor view, do you find that you still get a lot of responses and reactions? Because
Absolutely.
you do. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just have to do more.
I guess that's a good point to be sure you share things many ways, to do an email plus the Facebook,
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus whatever other
I wish I
social
could do
media
a
or whatever.
Facebook fundraiser that directly links to our chapter. Does anyone know how to do that? Like create a Facebook fundraiser so it's on Facebook, so Facebook will then share it a lot because they know that they get some, they get an incentive.
Well, that's a good idea.
You're muted again, I think.
Lost you, Anna.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those of us who use Instagram, one way to do it is to put the donate link in your bio, and then in your caption or your call out, just tell people the donate link is in my bio. I don't know if that works as well on Facebook, but
You can link out in your stories now as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so people can click straight into your link. Also, I know my sister Charlie, which I think is a great idea. She always posts the link, but then because if somebody doesn't want to go through the hassle of going through the link, she says just Venmo me how much you want to donate, and I'll upload it to my page for you. So she puts her Venmo or her the QR code, and people can just send her money for the charity, and then she'll go through the hassle of uploading it to the portal for them.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna steal that.
It really encourages people to just it takes 2 seconds, to send $25, so easy.
That's a good idea.
Agreed.
But yeah, because it is a little onerous sometimes, the donation process.
Definitely. To fill out all that information, if you're on the subway and you're clicking through and you're like, oh, I meant to donate, but I haven't gotten a chance or don't have service or something like that, it makes it so much easier.
So there's nothing holding us back now from raising hundreds of thousands of dollars.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Amanda. So, besides all our fundraising, the reason we fundraise is this is something that's extremely close to all of our hearts. So we wanted to show you a little video of some of our board members sharing why they walk.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I walk for my grandfather Woody and all those living with Huntington's disease.
Hi, my name is Phil Kislick, and I am on Team Kislick Crusaders, and I walk for my mom who has HD and for everyone impacted by Huntington's disease.
Hi, my name is Emily Rextis. I walk for Team Hope HDSA New York City for my dad, Fred, who died of Huntington's disease in 2017, my sister, Lindsay, who was diagnosed with Huntington's disease in 2023, my sister, Charlie, who is still at risk, like myself, and everyone else that's been affected by our diagnosis.
Hey everyone, it's Brendan and Maggie Milnamo. We're so excited to be here.
We walk for so many people impacted by Huntington's disease, including my mom, Meg Reese, who has been fighting HD for a number of years, and for her mom, who passed away from Huntington's before I got to really know her, and for other folks in her family that went undiagnosed. We also walk for myself and my siblings who are at risk for HD.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm with the Greater New York Chapter HDSA Board. I walk for so many reasons. I walk in honor of my dad, who passed away from HD about 8 years ago. I walk for my mom, who was his caregiver, for my brother, my sister, my HD family, myself, and mostly I'm walking for us to find a cure.
Hi, I am Carol Baird, and this is my husband, Richard. I'm part of Team Richard, and I walk for my husband, Richard, and my two wonderful at-risk sons, Grant and Chuck.
Hi, my name's MC Kislick. I am on the Greater New York Board for the HDSA, and I walk for my mom, who is currently suffering from Huntington's disease. I walk for myself and my sister and my brother, who are all at risk for HD, and I walk for our larger HD family, both in New York and all over the US. And I walk for my nephews and my niece, who are HD free because of science and research.
So here is our entire New York City chapter board, and we're the people that organize the events and handle communications and figure out ways to help the greater New York City Huntington disease community. If you are interested in becoming a board member, please contact us. We are always looking for new members. So I love this image because it kind of represents our small but extremely mighty HD community. Because it's a family disease, we care much more about doing absolutely everything we can to fight. I can't do gene research. I can't figure out which therapies work best for Huntington's disease, but I can raise money to support the people that know how to help. So we have teams that are just one person. We have teams that are 40 people. We have team hats, team t-shirts, team families, friends, dogs. So to end our kickoff, I just want to show a slideshow of all the teams from 2020 that had their picture taken in alphabetical order from our walk last year.
Hi, my name is
So thank you so much for all coming. We are a formidable force, and I'm grateful there are so many family members and friends that help us to cope. So thank you for coming today and for your continued support of the HDSA. I have one more slide that shows the information. And if have your little scanner, there's a QR code right there that you can scan that will bring you directly to registering your team or yourself for the walk.